so interesting to see how things have changed in terms of when we have been listening to our customers. I mean, from an Uber perspective, from a marketing Uber for business, what we had happen to us was our buyer totally pivoted. So historically, we were talking to people who were like travel managers and trying to engage with them. And for us, suddenly we launched Eats for Business because nobody was traveling. And suddenly we had to talk to completely different people. So it's interesting to see how strategy has had to evolve during this time too, as well as buying habits. It would be interesting as a follow-on from that to understand perhaps, what might be your top tips in order to boost engagement whilst maybe avoiding overstimulation and disconnection overall.
So first of all, from a media perspective, if you want engagement, buy against engagement so that you're able to target more effectively those that are looking for it. Secondly, it's have good content and really ensuring that you're delivering good content against which people are interested in hearing. In addition to that, I would also say that it's understanding the relevance of the different brands during the different periods of this pandemic as well. But really experimenting as well in other new spaces, as well as having digital and remote events. Learning and experimenting was a big piece of understanding what we could do to boost audience engagement.
I'm just wondering now, how do you reach new followers that way too, or are you kind of more talking to your existing customers?
It's a bit of both. And the Zoom cooking classes, for example, in experimenting with a platform like that, it was also saying, how do we create some of the exclusivity that you might get from a live event, but still be able to do it digitally? So it's about saying who wants to be a part of this, potentially having some competitions, and then only accepting a limited number so that you're still able to have an engagement.
There's so much of an impact for us both as leaders and when we have to look at our own marketing strategies and pivot the messaging and, really think about how do we make sure that we are on top of that emergency response, working with the response teams, etc., during these humbling times.